Terra LUNA Classic developers releases pay-per-job implementation plan, and what's next for Lunc? These questions and more news we will discuss in today's video. Welcome to CryptoWhale. Don't forget to give this video a huge thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. So if you're interested in everything around Terra Classic, this is the place for you. So tonight, Lunc reached the lower support level of 0.30's $163, after which it recovered slightly and is now trading at 0.30's $167. Over the last week, the token has been falling in price. This may be due to the extremely large sell-off by investors before the New Year holidays. But still, despite this, Terra Classic investors are optimistic, with returns on their investments exceeding 19 times over the past 4 months. Regardless of the recent crypto winter, Lunc investors are confident that the future of Lunc is bullish. That is, the correction that has been taking place over the last week may not be final, and the token will continue to correct until the end of 2023. While the 2024 Lunc token promises good prospects. Now let's talk about today's Terra Classic price prediction. Lunc initially rallied following a proposal passed by the community to help USTC regain its dollar peg, as well as boost the value of Terra LUNA Classic. However, the massive 300% increase, which lifted Lunc to $0.307, came to a halt and paved the way for a retracement. Traders, following the moving average convergence divergence, may have started to short Lunc with the first sell signal on December 5th. Such short positions may have achieved their targeted profit, based on the 50% Fibonacci retracement ratio. This indicator suggests that the price of an asset tends to retrace to the midpoint at 0.30's $173 in Lunc's case. With Terra LUNA Classic price below 2 of 3 moving averages, including the 20 exponential moving average and the 50 EMA, more pain could follow since the support search is not over. A confluence created by the 61.8% Fibonacci ratio and the 200 EMA roughly at 0.30's $145 is an important level to watch. If Lunky overshoots support at 50% FIBO, declines may increase to 61.8% FIBO before triggering a major rebound. This analysis aligns with the bearish sentiment from the Relative Strength Index, which, although holding above 40, may sweep into or close to the oversold region before Terra LUNA Classic price starts to curve another path to 0.30's $2. On the other hand, reclaiming the 20 EMA as support could flash the earliest ticket for gains above 0.30's $2. Above this resistance area, growing confidence would blast Lunc toward the next milestone at 0.30's $3. And now let's talk about the new pay-per-job implementation plan by Terra Classic developers. Core developer L1TF and the new developer group Terra Classic Coalition have proposed a practical implementation of the pay-per-job model that the Terra LUNA Classic community passed through governance voting. Terra LUNA Classic switched from a monthly pay model to a pay-per-job model for tasks, including chain upgrades, maintenance, infrastructure management, and others. L1TF and Terra Classic Coalition on December 15th came up with a practical implementation of the new pay-per-job model of Terra LUNA Classic. The developer groups believe proposal 11889 lacks many details for a practicable implementation plan, including guidelines and costs for review and deployment of a job. As per the recommendation, developers want the pay-per-job model to be maintained on Classic Terra GitHub, with future changes through governance. The job listings can be either text proposals or direct talks with the maintenance party members. The bidders are required to provide valid KYC certification or KYC to the committee. This will again need a committee to approve or deny the requests, with validator participation made voluntary. The job tiers are divided into 4 with costs from $10,000 to $50,000. In order to coordinate decentralized development efforts on Terra Classic, TCC has made contact with Genuine Labs and established common communication channels to ensure all synergies can be used as efficient as possible. The proposal is opposed by the community as it risks centralization, increases costs, contradicts open source blockchain purpose, and threatens security. Now let's discuss the Terra Classic spikes and falls. Terra Classic has experienced a notable rise in the recent months. From a low point on October 19th at 0.40's $554, Lunc saw an impressive surge, climbing over 400% to a peak of 0.30's $28 on December 5th. However, this rise was not sustained. Following the spike, Lunc witnessed a significant correction, dropping its value by 42% to 0.30's $16 as of December 13th. This recent fluctuation raises critical questions. Is this a precursor to a more extensive downtrend or a temporary setback before reaching new highs? The price of Lunc made its first significant rise to $0.306 on September 8, 2022, after it collapsed. But upon reaching this high, it was sent back, from which it came up, and on August 17, 2023, made it back to $0.405. The area around $0.405 was retested for support, and on October 19th was revisited. A bounce led to a breakout above the descending triangle and eventually passed its next horizontal resistance at $0.3012. Considering that we saw a new uptrend from October, it should be subdivided into a 5-wave pattern. Since the recent spike was its wave 3, the following downturn was its corrective wave and will result in one more high to $0.3033. However, as the price is in a sharp decline, which isn't a typical occurrence for wave 4, this needs to be validated. If it manages to stay above the 0.5 Fibonacci level and starts consolidating, the likelihood of a higher high would be bigger. But if it continues moving down similarly, the overall uptrend from October ended on the recent spike. In that case, we expect a deeper retracement, potentially down to the $0.4087 area. And lastly, let's talk about that the validator presents legally absolved route to burn 800 million USTC. Back in August 2023, the Terra Classic community passed a proposal that would see 800 million USTC incinerated. This move came about as the community worked to help the token recover and be repegged back to the US dollar. Naturally, the proposal passed and the community prepared for the massive burn. That is until the plan hit a snag. The 800 million USTC mentioned in the proposal to be burned are the tokens held in the community treasury and managed by Risk Harbor. After the proposal was passed, the community turned toward carrying out the burn until validators raised an issue with the plan. According to Risk Harbor, they no longer had the keys to the wallet, which happens to be a multi-sig wallet. So by default, these USTC coins are no longer accessible. But to burn the token, validators would be required to update the codes on their nodes, and the legalities around this move have been questioned. As a result of this, validators have begun to vote no to carrying out the burn, citing these legal issues. This is derailing the massive burn, which is expected to reduce the token supply by around 8% in a single go. In response to this, a Terra Classic validator known as Lunanauts has proposed what they say is a legally absolved route to completing the burn. Basically, Lunanauts has devised a way in which validators would not have to update the codes on their nodes and thus avoid any legal issues. In a proposal made on the Terra Classic community forum titled Burn of 800M USTC Funds, Legally Absolved Route, Lunanauts suggests using a smart contract to actually burn the tokens. The objective of the proposal, Lunanauts explained, is to still carry out the burn, but eliminate legal repercussions for validators. The process would involve creating a smart contract carrying a sole memseg send to transfer all holdings to Anxu. Once this is done, the multi's contract can then be transferred via governance to the code ID create, so there is no need for any code changes by validators. As Lunanauts explains, the proposed method achieves the same effect as without requiring validator installations. So how do you think? Will burning USTC help in Terra's price rise? Disclaimer: this video does not force you to buy any cryptocurrency or invest in anything. With this, thank you for watching. If you enjoyed it, please give this video a huge thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, let us know in the comments your views on the Lunc token, and make sure to turn on the post notifications to get notified every time we post a new video.